Hello, welcome back. I know it's been a while. It's been about a month, and I'll explain in a second why that is, why it has been so long. But Happy New Year! Happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year to everybody who celebrates, or as they say,
新年快乐。
I'll probably overlay that with someone actually pronouncing it properly. So, January, I have come back from the Netherlands and I've had a incredibly busy month, which is also why it has taken me so long to produce as many clips and to edit them all together. I just haven't really found the time, and it has to do with two things. One, my work. I work in audit, and being in audit, a lot of the companies actually close their books for the year around this time, around January, which means that our work spikes a lot in terms of how much we have to do, how many hours we're working, and how many things we have piled on. So that's why it's been a while since I've had like enough downtime to really get into it. And on top of that, I've had just a lot of things going on personally in terms of buying and building new furniture, friends visiting, and me just having a lot of social gatherings going on, which are all fantastically fun things, but they do impede a little bit on how much time I have to actually record and edit and bring out these videos. So this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a monthly vlog of everything that's kind of happened throughout January, and then at the end I'll have a little bit of a surprise for you. So stick around and enjoy the clips.
the shit I did tonight. Those will be the best.
All right, let's talk about books. This time I actually have time to dive into it a little bit more. For the book club, last time I showed you we had started on Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. We actually finished that book, I think last week, and we started on our next read, which is Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses, commonly known as ACOTAR. So yes, I'm getting into the smut life a little bit more again. So far we're about, 22% in, and not much has happened so far, but I can kind of see where it's going, from a character perspective. As for my buddy read, we have finished Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and we also last week started on our next read, which is called Sign Here by Claudia Lux. So far, I kind of like it, but I think it's gonna have a bunch of twists coming up because of the whole premise of the story, which is basically you follow a bunch of characters, but one of the characters that you follow works at hell, like the literal hell, not in the sense of everything is burning and everything is dying, but in a more satirical, funny kind of sense, trying to gather more souls to sign up to join hell, and you follow his target on the other end of it. And it's been very interesting and fun and witty and funny to read. So yeah, very cool to start on that one. In terms of my own personal readings, we have my ongoing journey into the world of the Sun Eater series. Last time I was halfway through a short story collection called Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 1. I finished that one, and then I went on to the third and commonly seen as the best part of the entire saga called Demon in White. I finished that in the past month, and it was phenomenal. It was glorious. It was so fun. I really agree with all the opinions going around that this is one of the best, or at least the best so far in the series, which is saying a lot because the second part for me was already very high up, and I really appreciated how that story went. So it was cool to see that this one actually blew it out of the water even more. So I have high hopes for the rest of this series. I'm trudging along. I have since then also finished Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 2, which was another series of short stories, which I actually liked more than the first one. So that was nice to notice that like his writing also in terms of short stories is improving. That's fun because you kind of follow Christopher Ruggio, who's a very young writer. I think he published the first part of this mega series in 2018 when he was 22 or so. So he's been, you kind of see him grow up, and you kind of see his writing style evolve over time, especially when it comes to things like the short stories, which are not his forte, I would say. So that was cool to notice that the second part hit home a little bit more than the first one. Then in terms of my like non-fiction reading, I have made some, not a lot, of progress on the culture map. I jumped up from about 37, I think, 38%, up to now 69%. So hey, funny number. Yeah, that's where we are in terms of books. Keep reading. All right, then a bunch of people have been asking me to do a house tour. So I'm finally at a point where I've done enough things about the house that I want to actually show you what the house looks like. So here is your official first house tour. This is my front door over here. It's quite high up. I am planning to upgrade this shoe rack because I brought back a bunch of shoes from the Netherlands, so it no longer fits. So that's something that's on the menu to be doing. Behind here, we'll get there in a second. Here we have my washing station, and then here we have jackets and more shoes because I ran out of space. So this is something that is actually government issued in all houses or apartments in Singapore, and it is a literal bomb shelter. So as you can see by this vault size door, and then there's a whole warning sign here on how to use this bomb shelter in the case of an emergency. So there you go, use that as you wish. And then I just kind of use it for storage. So I have like my travel bags there. This is my birthday present that I bought myself a few months ago that I'm anxiously waiting to open in a few weeks even at this point. Every time I open this door, I add a little post-it note telling myself that it's gonna be worth the wait. So it's the bomb shelter. And then over here, a high-level overview of my living room kitchen area. We have over here, I actually just built most of this furniture today. So I built the table today because I had a very small squared table and it was kind of difficult to fit both my new monitor, which I bought last month, my laptop, which I need, and then probably like food. So when I was eating, I'd have to move things out of the table and then, you know, it was a mess. And I built this little desk monitor stand so that I can put some stuff inside as well and I can keep it a bit more clean. So there you go. Over to the other side, we have my little kitchen or kitchenette. I don't even know what you want to call this. I don't use it that much. I don't actually cook here because all food is so cheap and you can just get it anywhere. It's super accessible. But you know, it's nice to have. I can do my dishes over here. I have some of my whiskey collection here. I have my protein and everything. I have my cutlery and everything that I want over there. So yeah, it's nice. It's quite spacious in the sense that it's not just that way. It's actually L-shaped, which I do like about kitchens, and it kind of creates a little wall to make the living room feel more like a living room. Speaking of, welcome to the living room. This is my TV and TV table that I don't really use because I don't know if you can tell. These two are about the same size and I prefer this one much more. So I don't really use a TV that much, but it's nice to have. It has an HDMI cable connected, so if ever I do want to use it, I can hook it up to my laptop and watch whatever. Over here we have some pillows that I can use to put in the windowsill. If I have guests coming over, we can sit down on the floor as well, which is just a cozy way to gather people here. I have my finished Lego. I have a special edition of a book that I bought. This is actually my recording setup, so every time you see me record here, this is what it looks like. It is a whiskey bottle in a box with a phone stand on top. And then here I have my notebook with my notes on like my book updates and everything. Here I have some decoration. And then over here, I've been buying a lot of pillows over time and I've just kind of been throwing them on the couch. So it's become a cozy little reading nook mostly. And then that is the living room. And then over here we have the bedroom. Fear not, this is not a person. This is just a very large pillow. Over here we have my bedside table. All the essentials, e-reader, speaker, sleeping mask, whatever you want to call it. Queen size bed. Over here we have laundry, trash, whatever. This used to be littered with clothes, but since I bought a new cabinet, I actually don't have to store all of my clothes here anymore. It's really freed up some space for me to put some decoration here, so that's definitely something that I want to be doing over time. Here was my original closet. It looks very tall. It is very tall, but it is very narrow, so it doesn't hold a lot of clothes. So I actually ran out of space quite rapidly. As you can see, it doesn't hold that much space. So I was very happy that I recently went ahead and purchased this bad boy. It just fits, just like barely, because this thing is like attached to the wall at this point, and it squeezes the bed in between this one. But I was very happy that I actually had space for this because this thing is amazing. Like, you can put so much stuff in here. I have all of my rotational clothes. Like, you know how you have clothes that are too dirty to go back in the cabinet, but are too clean to go into laundry? Well, here they are. And then over here we have the bathroom. The coolest thing about this bathroom is actually the onsen shower, which I love this thing. It is so stupid. I don't know why this exists, but it does. I can't even close this drain over here, so it doesn't really contribute anything beyond just being at a lower elevation. But it's cool and it's quirky and I like it. And over here, just a simple washing basin. Hello. So yeah, that's the house. It's pretty spacious for one person, for a one bedder, for the price that I'm paying. Definitely the location is great. As you can see, I get quite a lot of natural light because I'm on the top floor, which, you know, 7th floor, so it's not astronomically high, so I don't get incredible vertigo, but I do get a lot of natural light because I'm not facing a building directly. My view is just from the inner square with the little pool over there. And yeah, that's the house, man. That's what I'm living. So there you go. That's the January wrap up. I hope you did enjoy the clips. I hope you enjoyed my little exclusive tour. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a like. Let me know in the comments which part you liked, or if you have anything to say, or if you have any questions or any recommendations for future videos, let me know. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Maybe next month, maybe earlier, maybe later. Who knows? We shall see. Bye-bye.